Hey guys, I am Evie, the Disaster GM, and thank you so much for joining us tonight on Altered Echo Archives presentation of Empyrean Rising, episode 7, I think. I think we're actually already on
So,
7.
Are
Wow.
we?
okay,
Okay.
a lot. Go
Yeah.
us.
But yeah, so yeah, go ahead. Let's
Yeah.
introduce ourselves really quick. We will start tonight with Alina.
Hey, everybody. I am Alina Pete. I play Kale, and we are both they, them. You can find me online at alina-pete.com or at weregeek.com. And you can see me do another kind of podcasty stuff at twitch.tv/weregeekcomics.
All right, and Estelle.
Hello, everyone. I am Xtel, aka Extra the King. You can find me at Extra the King on all the socials. I'm playing Jax, the chaotic warrior who needs no weapon. Yes, I know. You're ready. You're ready for it. Both
Never
mine
ready.
and his
Never.
pronouns are he, him, because we are him, both of us.
Mhm.
And I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah,
Because
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
fun.
wild.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, Jax needs no weapon. Jax is a weapon.
Exactly.
Very much.
Trained from
And
birth,
yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
Straight up.
In a traumatic, very anime backstory, trained from birth to be a little super soldier. Uh,
Yep,
so
the
we
best.
are
We're gonna come back
going-
to that
Yeah,
we're gonna
come
talk
back
about
to
that later.
Oh, we're definitely talking about that later.
with a
You guys,
therapist.
yeah, you guys have plenty of opportunity for that. And then, last but certainly not least, the beloved Maggie.
That's me. I'm Maggie. I found a slinky, and this is
Yeah.
gonna be my whole personality this episode.
Awesome.
I play Sybil. I am a they, she. Sybil is a she, her. And you can find me on most places on the internet right now at Thor Ragnarok until my inevitable rebrand, which I don't know when that's going to be. So Thor Ragnarok right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
should probably not have a Marvel movie be my tag forever.
Possibly, I don't know. Maybe. Whatever. Like
but
it
that's
might
where
just.
I'm at.
It
I
might just
hear
be
Disney loves
retro.
that.
Yeah, it might just
Disney?
be retro.
What? Disney can't touch me. My luck has been really bad today, so
The most comes for us all.
Yeah, the mouse is the ultimate villain of everything.
Of
Anyway,
life.
It's true.
Yeah,
I'm not
the
afraid
mouse is
of a
Umbrella
mouse.
Corporation.
The mouse
Anyway,
is actually Thanos. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, but yes. So to reintroduce myself, I am Evie, the Disaster GM. My pronouns are she, they, any. I really don't give a fuck. Just don't call me mommy. I am going to be the GM and game runner for this lovely group of folks. And I'm also one of the directors of AEA, kind of. So yeah, you'll see me around doing stuff. We are potentially looking into trying to do some special things for a couple of the months coming up. It'll really depend on everyone's schedules. But as a further announcement, you will notice from that little QR code at the corner of the screen that Altered Echo Archives is actually raising funds for Black Girls Code. Black Girls Code is an organization that helps build pathways for young women of color to embrace the tech marketplace as builders and creators by introducing them to skills in computer programming and technology. Check them out online for more information and donate either through the QR code in the corner of the screen or directly through their website. No portion of these donations go to Altered Echo Archives in any way or any of its staff, cast, or affiliates. Does anyone else have special announcements or anything for anything that they might have coming up?
Take Your Rolls Blood Tax Season 2 is coming up May 10th. So yeah.
Yay! Coming up soon. Everybody keep their
Yeah.
eyes peeled for that.
I believe it's May 10th. I'll double check later. It should be May 10th.
Yeah. All right. Well, with all of that out of the way, let's roll into tonight's session. Hopefully, me saying this is not going to re-traumatize my players like it did last time. As a content warning, we at the Archives would like to remind the audience that this is an adult content rated game, with adult language, depictions of violence and gore, possible mentions of loss or trauma, and or similar content. We do our best not to cross each other's lines, but for those listening, you have been warned. Everybody, okay? Last time it kind of freaked you out because I finally remembered to do that, and you're just like, that's ominous.
Yeah, like
Good.
when you watch a show and all of a sudden there's a content warning, you're like, oh my god, what is happening in this episode?
because
You're
I
like, oh, no,
fucked
I'm
up
just
and
supposed to
didn't
be
do
doing
it
that every
initially. Though
This is when it
admittedly,
starts to get dark.
admittedly, last session was the first session where you guys started getting drunk and shit. So, valid.
That's true. We've been smart all
Yeah.
along, though. It's great.
And I was
Yeah.
responsible, being the sober.
Yeah, you were responsible. You
into
were the-
peer pressuring me.
Yeah,
To
definitely.
bullying me into drinking potions.
Well,
Talk about
I
it.
guess that is a great lead-in for the recap of what happened last session. So last time, after the illustrious Kinder had disappeared into nothingness, banished from the underground by the many times removed ancestor of Sybil, they explored a little bit more and attempted to find some method to prove to those topside that magic is starting to wake up again. In their search, they happened to find the sleeping or resting quarters of Great Grandpappy, and quite literally fell through the bed to an underfloor crawl space that he had kept a variety of things in, including a box of potions. Just, trying them magic effect roulette style. At least the first one was a potion of babble, allowing them to read a variety of things that allowed them a couple of future sources of potions. Another one, unfortunately, happened to be expired, which resulted in a somewhat drunken effect, and hilarity ensued from Sybil. The last one taken, because there was another of Babel, quite luckily, but the last one taken by Kale had somewhat interesting effects. They are determined that it was also, expired and adverse
Oh, yeah.
effects. Possibly an allergy, maybe. We don't know. But Kale briefly, partially transformed into this long-limbed kind of greenish plant, like leaves growing from their head type of creature with claws. They didn't know what was going on. It was freaky. They hated it. But eventually they did manage to change back, and in searching the wardrobe, because they were not able to get to the magically warded items down there, they did find something for Kale to change into and decided to finally, eventually, leave the area. When speaking with the magical glowing ball of Snark, he directed that at the end of the hallway they would be able to find stairs that would take them up and out to where they needed to go.
Mhm.
Instead, they decided to follow the rat that had led Kinder, and as such, went through a side door. And that is where we will pick up.
Now, you said that it was starting to get fairly late, right? We
Yes,
can't
you
track
guys-
time well down here.
You guys can't really track time. Reset. You can't really track time well, but from looking at the sky when you passed into the stairwell, it was easily sunset. But you're not sure if that's a magical effect or actual depiction of the sky. You can tell that you have been awake for a fairly long period of time and that you're starting to get tired, but you can just kind of push on through if you so choose. You're in a narrow stairway with random knife markings on the tile from where Kinder had tried to,
Kinder.
Go, this is my breadcrumb.
Right. Well, before we push on too much further, we could be trying to find our way to the surface for some hours. Do you want to keep going? Should we try? I would probably prefer to get back to Deepview before we try and sleep anywhere out here. But there's no guarantee we'll make it there, even by morning.
No, you started talking about that and I started yawning.
You're so in character. Your
I'm
method.
so
yeah.
in character.
Yeah.
I mean, you say sometime. How long is some time? Like,
Depends on how lost we get. If we're lucky, we might be able to get there before it's too late. If it feels like maybe sunset, just twilight now, we might be able to get there by the middle of the night. Find some place in Deepview to sleep. Or if we get horribly lost, we may have to keep going until, who knows, until we find our way to the surface.
Feels like it's about midday, I think.
Probably not. But it could be.
Isn't that how you check? You like lick the finger and then you.
I think that's for wind, actually, because that's the thing that you can feel.
I thought it was for warmth.
So what do you do when it's cold out?
I mean, same thing. If it's colder, because you lick the finger, sweats, it feels colder, right? And then if you if it's warm out, that means it's daytime, right? So it's.
So in the winter, it's just nighttime all the time where you're from.
There's a Well, I mean, there's a difference in temperature between winter day and winter night. You know what I mean? There's a slight. It's still cold, but it's colder at night. Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love this. We should probably start moving. Sybil's looking directly at Kale while she's talking. She's like,
right.
We should maybe just start walking. Even if it's midday, we want to get back before dinner.
Right. Well, just a moment. I'll rifle through my pack and make sure I still have some caffeinated teas, and then put them back away. But let's go.
I guarantee that I am correct.
Guarantee.
Yes.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Let's carry on.
Yeah, just going up the. What is it? Is it down or up?
Up a narrow
Both.
set of stairs.
Also, is a
enough
great
room
direction
for
to be
one
going.
person. Yeah,
That is the room I
my
definitely want to be.
favorite.
How about
Yeah.
I go first because I can see?
Yeah, narrow
That
set
seems
of
about- I'll go
stairs.
second.
Enough room for one person to pass comfortably. Two, if you're really squeezing. Kind of not super rough, but not super smooth and worked. Walls in the kind of way that, it hasn't gotten enough wear and tear for it to be super rough. And there is definitely tile. So there's tile to a certain point. Walking is quiet and disorienting. And your legs do definitely start getting tired because you get through about 5-10 minutes of just walking stairs. Have any of you ever been to the gym and you're just walking on the stair track
Literally,
for
yeah.
10 minutes?
It is leg
No,
day.
it sucks.
It's the worst.
It's
Yes.
the worst thing. Oh my God.
And that is very different than walking on level ground. It is very different muscles. So you guys you're feeling it.
Sybil
feeling
is
it.
frequently taking breaks and just
Yeah.
and I imagine that Sybil's in between Jax which is hilarious because I feel like Jax would be sprinting up this, but every now and then Sybil is just like taking up the entire staircase to be like, hold on.
Yeah.
Does it seem like
breathe? Yep.
Does this seem like we've been walking for just a long time?
Yeah.
This is normal. Kayla, you're the one that's done this before.
Oh yeah, we're very deep below the city. It's going to take some time for us to come anywhere close to a place that we can exit.
Great. It's really fantastic that they built these staircases. Like, it's really cool. These staircases have been here for like thousands of years, but I feel like there should have been something better, you know?
You wanna climb up on my back or something?
That sounds. I'm very tempted, but no, that's okay. I could do this.
All right, I believe in you. Take one step at a time. Deep breaths, right? In, out, and feel the burn. Embrace the burn.
The burn is just Sybil's eyes on the back of Kale's head, just like burning into their skull. Like,
Interestingly, Kale is not doing terrible. Like, they don't look like they're having the time of their life like Jax is, I'm sure. But like, they are not panting as much as you would expect a retiring tea shop owner to pant when they're climbing endless flights of stairs.
Oh yeah. So here's my question. Are you letting the rat continue to lead you, or is the rat kind of perched on someone's shoulder, or did you kind of just let the rat run off on its own?
We would never let our rat king go.
No. Dear King.
King Scott. No.
Dear
King. The king of the rats.
That king could be a father.
If he wants to ride on Kale, they will offer.
Okay.
I thought for some reason Jax had picked him up at some point.
Yeah.
Did that not happen?
Yeah, but
it's been a while.
He let us. Yeah.
It's been a while. He ran, showed you where he and Kinder came out, and that's where you chose to enter instead of going to the end of the hallway. So you're going up these stairs instead. So my question is he leading the way, or are you carrying him and he's just not expected to show you where to go?
Are you being ratatouille?
If he's riding on Kale, like they don't want a rat on them, but for the sake of Kinder, they will offer the rat a sleeve.
Yeah. I do believe that we have also established that Kale is allergic to a lot of animals per your reaction to Kinder in the first session.
I definitely do not like rats specifically.
Yeah.
I am sure there's a lot of rats in Deepview, especially if you are without a home and sleeping on the street. Not my favorite animal.
Okay. So yeah, it won't climb up on you unless you make the offer.
Excellent. Good. I will offer.
You will
like
offer,
if it's kind of scampering on the stairs ahead and squeaking at us, I will offer.
Okay. So with that, it just pauses and looks at you far too intelligently before
that's not good.
Making kind of a squeak that you can almost interpret as a shrug, and just scampering full speed up your leg and to your shoulder and like settling there.
Good. Are you comfortable?
And
I'll
it
carry
squeaks
on.
at you once more and then turns around and looks at you, Sybil, squeaks once more, and then jumps from Kale's shoulder directly at you.
Oh, hi. Hello. There's an alive thing, and it's on me. Is that supposed to this is ours, right?
It climbs up onto your head and just kind of perches there on top of your head.
I think it likes you better than me.
Okay.
Good. You've been chosen.
Just make sure you don't go that invisible thing, otherwise you might, it's a long drop,
just like the slowest possible turn. She's like trying, she thinks she has to balance this rat as she like turns to look at Jax. Just like, I'm trying so hard. Thank you so much for your help. Do you maybe want him?
Oh yeah, sure, but he seems like he likes it there. But it's always available to hop on. Yeah.
So you feel just the tiniest little scratch as it like leaps from your head onto Jack's shoulder. Because it can't tell that you guys don't like it.
It's just,
It's an animal. It can tell.
Yes. Yes.
I'm so sorry. It's not that I don't like you. You have small hands and they really freak me out. I'm so sorry.
Tilts its head, squeaks a little bit, and then just kind of curls up in like against Jax's neck under his dreads.
Oh, I sneeze.
It's warm under there. Yeah.
It's really cute.
So
But yeah, no, so like now the rat is catching a ride, so that means that it is dependent on your perception checks as opposed
I am
to
going to
animal checks
keep looking
to determine what the rat is saying.
Yeah. I'm going to keep looking for knife marks from Kinder.
Yep. So that did give you a little bit of a pause, Sybil, to try and rest your legs. They're starting to cramp up because you did actually rest, though.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you stop, they cramped. But
Embrace the
Kale,
burn.
go ahead and give me an intellect roll. Difficulty of, we'll call it 4, so 12 or better.
Okay, 12 or better.
Yeah.
Do I have anything that helps?
To perceive? Yeah.
Yeah. Nope, just going straight.
Yep.
Nope, that's a 7.
7. All right. So yeah,
I don't know.
like
Great.
there is occasionally a little scratch or nick in the tile. It's hard to see. And Jax, you hear like the tiniest little squeak on occasion, and then it almost seems like a snore.
Oh no. You're so warm.
Yeah.
I think he's falling asleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will give
Oh, it is getting
Jax
rather late.
Yeah, I will give
let's
Jax
carry on.
a little bit of an opportunity to attempt to interpret the rat, since you don't have someone who has control over or communication with animals with you currently.
All right, I'm down.
Intellect task of 5, so 15 or better.
All right, come on.
I love that it's intellect.
That is a 12.
12. Unfortunate. Yeah. Well, no,
So
like
close.
perception, intuition, all of that has to do with mind as opposed to body or speed.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not arguing with it. I just think there needs to be luck. Because, like, it's a rat. There's literally... You can't read enough books to, like, know
a rat.
is.
So, like, it's just one of those things that if it was out and being expressive and trying to show the way, it would be a lower check. But it's just kind of occasionally squeaking at you from your shoulder, and it kind of sounds like a snore, so it's partially asleep because it has had a very rough day of showing Kinder around, and then showing Kinder to you, and then Kinder getting disappeared, and launching itself repeatedly through a glowing, snarky, magical ball.
Yeah.
Rest
It's
easy.
kind of a day for all of us. I think we're all
Rest
pretty.
easy,
I think we
King.
all had a bad
So
day.
You are getting tired, and you are climbing these stairs, and you're climbing these stairs, and you're still going. This does not it seems like it's even been longer than Kinder would have not remarked on.
Mm.
So at this point, you're almost positive you've passed wherever it was that Kinder came through.
Wonderful. Excellent. Good. I'm
Awesome.
going to see if I recognize anything. I mean, we're just in a stairwell. I don't think there's landmarks.
There's no landmarks.
And I've definitely not been down this stairwell before.
No, you have not.
Well,
you don't even need to make a roll.
No, I'm just gonna keep going. I am stubborn and I want to get home.
All right, so I would like a.
I am sorry that you're all being led by a stubborn idiot.
Yeah, I would like a might roll from each of you. It's basically to, keep up your endurance.
Mm-hmm. Does climbing help at all with this?
Climbing does. Sybil, you are considered hindered currently because of how low your might normally is. So yours is one higher. Yeah, so yours is one higher, unfortunately.
What is our target?
Your target would normally be 4. Sybil's is 5. So the other two of you is 12. Sybil's is 15.
We're 12.
I got a 15.
Rolled a 12. I rolled a 12, so I'm still good.
Okay. All right. So
I got a 15.
Congratulations.
No, I am too further down because I'm good at climbing, so I'm actually really successful.
Yeah.
Does running help at all with it?
Yeah, you are in shape.
Athletics?
You are an athletic individual, so that would ease it by another.
All right, cool, because I got a 10.
All right, so yeah. So all of you pass. You can feel the fatigue starting to hit, but you are not to the point where you have to stop. But you can definitely tell it's been a long day. It has been a long, active day. It's been a long day in which you fell through a hole in the ground and into water.
Right.
Just as a reminder, it has been a day, and you are starting to feel it. Because while your characters are not fully aware of this, it's like 1 a.m.
Good. We'll hit a certain point where we're starting to kind of feel it a little bit, and I'll be like, all right, should we stop for a break?
Yes.
I don't have a lot of... We have some rations left that we can share out. I can brew up a pot of tea, and then we can carry on, or make camp.
I'm fine with making camp on stairs. I've never done that.
We're on a staircase. We're not gonna get any rest or anything. There's no space.
No, likely not.
We should just...
if we lay down,
Jax, you are the size of the staircase. There's no laying down. You would be lucky to sit on the step.
You're right, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try, right? Like,
It's a long way if you roll in your sleep.
Or fall. The last
maybe
time I went to sleep,
we should just keep going then. Because I do move a lot.
The last time that I went to sleep, I woke up and I was kind of see-through, and I really would like to not drop through the stairs that we've just spent so long climbing up.
Right.
That is a thing, huh?
Sometimes.
Right.
Onward.
Oh. And I'll maybe break out some snacks and pass them around and then keep going.
Off we go.
So
it is actually really impressive.
Band full of idiots.
All of these things. They built all these stairs, and they've been here for thousands and thousands of years, and so will we, because these stairs are never, ever, ever going to end.
And
they must lead somewhere.
As she says that, you do eventually, because it's been a gradual curve. And it's like a gradual kind of snake curve going around things. As she's saying that, just for the hilarity of it, that's when you do eventually find a larger landing and what seems to be a blank wall, which you are at this point now used to, indicating a hidden door.
Mac.
Punch. Jax.
Intellect.
Hit that wall so hard. Just...
So while you're searching for the handle, Jax, I'm guessing, is going to punch. So I would like simultaneous intellect rolls. Intellect to find the opening, pressed open type of thing. And if
Whoa,
Jax,
okay.
and it's up to you, Jax, on if you do actually try to punch a freaking door.
Someone tells me to punch something, I'm gonna punch it.
Okay.
I did.
So your
I did roll a nat 20.
Okay. So
I also rolled a nat 20.
I mean, high five nat 20s,
idiots.
but oh my god,
You guys are idiots.
I open the door and then you destroy it.
so I love that your nat 20s are against a door.
Yes.
The biggest bad of any role-playing game. The biggest bad of any role-playing game.
A locked door.
Your nat 20s are against a fucking door. So, you know
Has
what?
to happen.
Your nat 20, Kale, changes where you guys were going to end up.
Ooh.
Because
Good.
that is like a major effect.
So we don't end up somewhere bad.
Yeah. You're nat 20, Jax. I'll say that you can either have, like, as the door was opening, like, instead of it doing a slide, it does a swing. And you just have a functioning, like, partially functioning swinging door that you have to wedge back in place. Or you can have, like, a semi-magical effect happen from your punch.
Ooh.
Semi-magical effect.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So yes, like, Kale, you're tired, and it is almost absentee the ease with which that you, like, slap the door. And you're just like, it would be here. And it's and you turn as Sybil is going, Jax, just punch it. And that turns and slides open the door. So Jax just winds up. And as you launch your punch forward, the door is already sliding open. Your fist crackles with energy. Purple light. And for a moment, it shoots from your fist into the room that you guys are going into, lighting it up for the rest of you. A small chip comes off of the side of the door where you clipped it, going flying through the room as well.
All right.
It is a
Didn't know that was
bedroom.
gonna happen.
It is an empty bedroom, but
I say as like lightning comes by my face.
yeah, but it is a bedroom.
Well,
Then we're
this isn't the surface, but this appears safe. Should we call it here for this evening?
Yeah, sure.
Let's search around and just make sure there's not any adders or strange mechanical things under the bed.
Try jumping on it. That's how. That's
Oh,
how
no.
we found the other one, you know. Oh no.
You don't want to find another basement full of cool magic stuff?
Right now, the most interesting thing in this room is the bed.
I would argue the most interesting thing is Jackson, his electric hands that just happened.
Yes. That was a lot.
That was...
I didn't know I could do that. It's cool.
So that's okay. That was going to be my question. I was going to see if you've ever done that before. She's got like a notepad out and she's like,
Nope.
This is a different, smaller notepad. She's like, no, never? Okay.
Nope. No, the first time.
Well, you
What
seem
if
to
I
have
pinch
punched
you?
so hard that lightning came out of your hands.
That's how it works. For sure. That's
Yeah,
how
I'm
all
just
of
so
this works.
fast, right? Like I'm so quick and strong that I probably cause friction in the air
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
lightning. I'm amazing, is what it is.
It could
we all
have
knew
been
before.
an interaction with some sort of magical ward on this bedchamber. Let's call it that.
Or it could have been me.
Deal. She flips it over, flips her notepad closed, and just walks over to the bed and face plants.
So this is like, have you guys ever seen online something called a Hawaiian or Alaskan king mattress.
Ooh.
No.
The big boy. The biggest of beds.
It is the
Like-
biggest of boys. It is
Oh.
huge. It is the size of a small room type of mattress.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Could
like
fit so many-
a Alaskan king or a Hawaiian king are these massive, massive beds that you have to have like custom sheets made for. They are so big.
They're like, what if you put two kings side by side and it was one bed?
It's 9
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah.
That's big.
I love that Maggie has also frozen with the it's 9 feet.
Can you actually hear me? Hold on.
Yes.
We can hear
Yeah,
you.
you're not
Great.
moving, but we
We
can hear
can
you.
hear
Great.
you,
Here's
but
the
we
deal.
can't
I'm
see
not.
you.
I'm not getting this back. It's
Oh,
frozen,
no.
and I am not
No.
getting it back. Oh, please.
You could try again if you want to try again. You can like do the refresh or something.
Hold on.
There you are.
Welcome
Hey.
back. Hi.
Welcome back.
Listen.
We were frozen by the there's just one bed trope.
Yep. There was only
Oh,
one
one
bed, but
These are
so
so
massive.
expensive.
9 foot. 9 foot
9
bed.
feet by 9 feet.
Yeah, a 9 foot
The
square
hell
bed.
of a bed. Damn.
Could fit the
It's
whole
huge.
polycule.
Yeah,
Um,
so
I
so,
mean,
like,
maybe that's what we've stumbled into is a
the
mage
room-
polycule room.
yeah, the room is massive enough to where the bed almost looks normal sized.
Wow.
And there's like some sort of drapery. You can see it more easily than the other two can, Kale. So there is
Yeah.
bed drapery around it in a similar fashion to what you had found down in the mage's rooms in the little study down there. There is a small, at least in proportion to the desk, or in proportion to the bed desk, that has like one of those apothecary's desks that has the sliding closed and everything, plush carpets and rugs on the floor. Color scheme hard to tell in the dark because there's no light to give you color.
Right. I am going to go around and do a search of just everywhere to make sure there's no hidden animals or magical defenses that are going to attack us in our sleep, and just kind of
I will also do
secure the room.
Intellect task of 3 or better, or so 9
Okay.
or better.
That is an 11.
11, yeah. No animals. You don't even find cracks beyond what seems to be a mesh vent towards the top of the room that probably is for air circulation.
Mm.
With that, you can also kind of make out that there is some sort of decorative tubing on the ceiling of the room.
Probably magical lights of some kind.
You obviously see the door because the door is very obvious. Not the door you came in through, but like the door that comes
Oh.
into the room. And curtains that would normally go to a window but are just to a smooth pane of wall.
Great. Well, this place does appear to be secure. I don't know where that door leads to, but it should be safe enough if we want to lie down.
All right. Sounds like a plan. And Jax gets down on the ground and immediately starts doing like yoga stretches. After a long workout, it's important to stretch out so that you don't, you mitigate some of the lactic acid buildup,
Pale had already sat down on the bed and like reluctantly gets up and starts stretching as well.
Sybil has not moved. She face planted on that bed like 5 minutes ago, and she is just still face down. It is not moving.
Mm-mm.
Did Sybil die?
She
Is
appears
she
to be breathing.
asleep? Is she
Oh
asleep?
yes, yeah, she's
asleep?
definitely
Okay.
asleep.
Okay, so she's knocked out. Okay.
She just went to bed. She was like, "Oh, we're good. Everything's fine here. Good night, everyone."
If there's any
Sounds right.
spare linens or
Sounds
anything, I'll
right.
tuck it around her.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like the bottom, like the corner of this massive bed.
It's huge. It's huge. Someone likes luxury. It's
Aw.
huge.
You know,
How do you?
what is
even
luxury if not big beds?
How
You
do you
know?
get in a 9-foot bed? Like, you would have to
Leap.
roll to get in the middle.
You
Yes.
fall.
Imagining
I wonder-
just like a fancy wizard that's got to do like a nice little shimmy into the center of a 9-foot bed.
You know,
Hey, if you can walk through walls, you might be able to just walk to the center and then sit down.
And lie down.
Sure,
you know.
you're not
Jax,
wrong.
May I have your back for a moment? Just
Yeah,
run
sure.
around briefly. Yes, and
Okay.
you'll hear some like rustling of cloth and stuff as Kale rustles around in their bag. And when you turn back around, I'm wearing the mage Hugh Hefner robes I stole from
Nice.
Buchan's bedroom.
Yeah,
And
perfect
like
place.
like
to
silk
wear that in.
jammies.
Yep.
They're very breathable.
Yeah, I bet. I wish there was more. All right, I'll also go to bed. Good night. He just lays down.
I'll as well lie down on the other side of the bed and curl up and go to bed.
So yeah, there's plenty of room on that for everyone to have their own section. There is no doubt about the fact that all of you can have your own section very easily. You can also go ahead and spend your 10-hour recovery roll if you need it.
Yes.
I definitely
Heck
do.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Which
gonna
you
use
would have
my
also,
K.
yeah, which you also
Ability.
would have been able to roll a recovery roll when you paused to take a drink and have some
Our
food.
1 hour.
So if you had needed to do 2 recovery rolls, you
My
would be able to do so.
D6.
I'm gonna re-roll this.
Okay. All right, Mr. Chaos.
That's better.
Ooh.
That's better.
Okay,
That
I'm
gives me-
full
that gives
up
me back to
on
full.
intellect again.
Because I re-rolled that. Blah, blah, blah. If you don't like the first result, you can re-roll a die of your choice. Blah, blah. If you do, regardless of the outcome, the GM presents you with a GM intrusion. So
Okay.
there's a GM intrusion is the price of me re-rolling that, but I needed
Okay.
to because it wasn't enough.
Okay. So yeah, I'm actually gonna hold on to that for a minute or two.
Oh, no.
Since
Okay.
you guys
Oh good.
are,
Oh good.
you know, going to sleep, so there's not a lot that I can intrude
Great.
with that won't be extremely cruel and prevent you from taking your rest.
Gotcha.
I do, however, need an intellect roll.
Oh, it's a
From-
die, so it can be any die roll. That's cool, but
Yeah.
I chose that, so it's fine.
Yeah, I do need an intellect roll from Sybil to see how your dreams go.
Oh no.
Great.
Odd
Good.
is you
Cool.
have a nightmare, even is you have a good dream, or you do not
Great.
remember them.
I believe in you.
17.
Oh
So that is an
no.
odd. So you have a nightmare.
That's a very high number.
Yep.
Great. Cool.
Yeah.
That does not surprise me. It's been a
It's-
day.
Yeah, it's not like it's a complete night terror, but you do have this strange foreboding sense of being watched and stalked, and it's a weird mixture of like having to train and exercise in the woods with like this random stalker watching you, and then like swimming and swimming and swimming, and the stalker is the snake, and it's just this odd mixture of all of the events and things that you've heard of compiled together, of you doing a bunch of really weird and nonsensical stuff that is similar to that, and the feeling of my granddad was somehow watching me.
Ew.
all compiled together into a not necessarily perverted, but creepy ass nightmare.
Yeah. Great. Grand.
Yes.
Yikes.
You look
Nope.
like you're so happy with that. Sorry. Sorry.
Just
Need a minute.
Yep, you need a minute.
Just got
You
it.
good.
Ugh,
Yeah.
icky. I hate those.
Yeah. Kale, how do you sleep?
Probably kind of half curled up on my side. It's been a very, very busy day. I think my dreams are probably pretty, like, it's one of those, like, I'm exhausted kind of sleeps.
Mm-hmm.
So unless something intrudes, I probably just don't dream much or have those, like, you're dreaming of still walking on those stairs or, of the traumatic event that happened, like being trapped in a cave and falling, or whatever the hell that potion was.
Yeah. Jax, how would you say that you sleep?
Jax is sprawled out, just sprawled out on the bed, mouth open, the snoring. You can fall asleep anywhere.
Oh, I'm picturing. You remember Link from Skyward Sword when he just flops on the bed and is instantly asleep?
Yes,
that is Jax.
Yeah. I imagine he's probably dreaming about his aunt.
Okay.
Having the memory brought up about her recently.
It segues just a little bit from like that memory to something else, something that only vaguely feels familiar, but you can't quite catch it. You can't quite remember what it was. It's somewhere else. She's something else. She's someone else. But it's too fleeting for you to really have an idea of what it means, or where you are, or who she somehow seemed to be. But it leaves you with that feeling of other but belonging.
I do.
Okay. You guys sleep the sleep of the exhausted. You sleep the sleep of those who have had their bodies battered by a variety of events, of stress and anxiety and magically induced effects working their ways out of your body. And as you guys gradually next morning start to wake up one after the other, who would you say probably wakes up first?
Jax is probably him first.
Never
like
going to
an
argue
morning.
with that.
He's the least physically affected, so I'm not going to argue with it either.
I'll probably wake next because Kale's used to underground sleeping, but they were very tired and they had a hell of a day.
You see Jax doing stretches, morning stretches.
Yeah.
You also got to stretch when you wake up.
So yeah,
Morning.
Jax, go ahead and give me a intellect task of 3, so 9 or better, looking around as you get up and start stretching.
Ooh, got it. Come on. That's an 11.
An 11. Very good. So yeah, you're looking around, kind of taking in the room. You can see it. Looking up, the ceiling where that kind of twisted wire or tubing isn't like fire, like the way that it is in Deep View, looking up from the township of the city up into the ceiling of the cave. It's more like just vaguely glowing light, just enough to kind of help you adapt to seeing in light. The desk is not dusty. Even though there's obvious ventilation, there is no sign of dust. And the curtains hide what seems to be a smooth wall. But you can see, now that there is light, silver seams that touching it, you would have to roll really high to be able to determine the difference between the surface of the wall and the surface of the seam.
I will try it.
Okay.
Jax feels smart after yesterday.
Yeah.
You all just see Jax.
Yeah, so
Touching the wall.
Jax, as he's like stretching and kind of looking around, taking it in, Kale wakes up, sees him doing all this, and then Sybil, you're probably waking up as you see Jax coming over and like feeling up the wall.
I rolled a 13.
13? Yeah.
Nice.
You find the hidden catch that swings open the solid shutters, showing you a beautiful stained glass window with decorative wrought iron. And you are looking out from cliffside. High in cliffside.
Oh, whoa.
Glancing up, you see the underside of the natural rock bridge that Isenbridge is named after.
Is that outside?
Yeah.
It seems like it.
That's... Oh, skies, we're back at the surface.
Sybil gets out of bed. She did not move even a little bit. I would like to point out the entire night, like just dead straight, like pushes herself up out of bed and it looks hideous. And goes over to the window to look down and just says, "We are significantly above just outside. We didn't have to walk all of that. We could have stopped. Where?"
Lucan did say that the stairwell led to cliffside, so...
Oh, you know, King Scott was trying to tell me something, I think, but I thought he was just asleep.
Oh, this is good, though. This is good. We can leave and be in the city. We can go back to our places of where we live. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, thank the skies.
Yeah.
You know, like sits on the bed for a moment and like has their head in their hands and is quietly having emotions.
Do have a question. I don't see a way down except for down.
There's a doorway. There's another door.
There's
an
another
actual
door?
Yeah, there's an actual door. You don't know what's on the other side. You guys didn't open it last night, but there is another door.
Be in someone's house.
Never mind. Oh yeah, we're just in someone's house that they casually have a staircase straight to the abyss in their basement.
We could just, no, we're too high for that. I'll go and open the door.
Yeah, like
We're not jumping out the window. No.
Looking back, now that there is like actual color and sunlight streaming in, it's possibly about mid-morning. You guys slept pretty late. Like it's mid to late morning at this point. Looking back at where the sliding door that leads to the staircase is, it is a blank wall that just has a painted mural on it. And it's kind of just a painting of abstract type shapes and colors, and it's pretty, but nothing particularly outstanding. And you can see just the finest hairline fracture on like one piece from where Jax had kind of clipped the door as he punched.
Good. Nice.
I left my mark.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we don't know exactly where we are. That may not be the best thing. So I know that it was my recommendation last night that you punched, but like maybe let's keep that to a minimum.
Look, if someone tells me to punch something, I'm gonna punch it. You know.
I'm learning that. I understand that now. I thought maybe there might have been a second more hesitation, but that's on me.
I want to let you know something about me is that the punching that you see me do far more restrained from the punching that I usually do.
Right.
Because I promised I would try not to punch things for y'all when we came up in this place. I've been holding back a lot. You would have seen me punch a lot more things.
Ever
you
so
know,
much for your restraint.
You know, so yeah, I'm gonna get my punching in when I can. These fists ain't doing nothing. Then they're useless. Not really, but still, you get what I'm saying. But he says all this as he's walking and opens the door. Yeah.
Like out to the
fling
hallway.
it open.
All right, so you fling it open. It is not locked. You are looking out into a wide hallway. Sybil, can I just get a luck check from you? You can determine whether you want to roll odds or evens.
I'm not looking at it yet, and I'm gonna say odds.
Okay.
That is a 6. I thought it was a 9.
Great.
Right,
You've been rolling great.
I had my hand covered it.
Yeah, you have not been here before. You do not recognize it. This is not an area that you have traveled through before, which it was a fairly low possibility, but I figured give you a bit of a luck chance there. It's a nice hallway. It's well decorated. It's well appointed. There's the occasional statue and painting. Kale, you recognize someone in the painting as you guys are kind of looking around. Yeah, that's definitely one of the council members.
Oh.
Looking down the hallway, it leads out into a balcony. Like, it's obvious, like, French doors into a balcony that would potentially overlook the city.
I'm gonna come over and like quietly close the door and then put my back to it and be like, right. I think we may be in one of the council members' homes. We are very lucky that they are not home right now. I'm in my pajamas. Give me a moment to change, and then we're going to very quietly sneak out of here.
When did you?
Pajamas.
Where did you? Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
And then I'll like go over to the hanging curtains and like find a spot behind them to change.
Kale, you don't have to rush. We have time. They're probably at a meeting by now. It's like what, middle of the day? Like,
don't they have servants who clean things and tidy up and might find us in a spare room?
Some of them do. I mean, do you know which one it was?
Did I recognize that one?
Let me get the name.
Oh,
right.
We got a name.
Good. It's a named character. We're in a named character's home.
Yeah,
more important than the unnamed character.
Baby's first NPC.
I'm in the wrong thing. Just a minute.
We're just like watching Kale's like elbows hit this curtain in complete silence. We're like,
yes.
Yeah.
Good.
How are your legs? They sore at all?
I honestly can't feel them, and I think that's preferable.
No, so that's probably not a good thing. But
you are in, or you recognized at least a painting of Councilmember Rindon, Rindon.
Yep.
Kalir Nalsk. Nalsk.
Right. Okay, and I'll come out like readjusting my mage robes and the tie that I stole from Vukin.
Yeah, that particular
my
council
hair.
member is known for kind of being in charge of the external trade, like exports and stuff.
Oh, interesting. And then I will come over and very gently put my hands on Sybil's shoulders and be like, Sybil, darling.
Yes.
What do you know about Council Member Nalsk?
Do I have any insider information on Councilman Nolsk?
I'll let you make an intellect check.
Oh boy!
I believe in you.
And it's a nice, simple one. 3. So 9 or better.
19!
19, minor effect.
Excellent. Excellent.
This is not the council member that you are familiar with most accurately. It's not a council member that your family works with, but you've seen them around a lot. You've heard rumors about them. They are strict and very, very money oriented. Clips mean a lot to them, which you kind of would expect for someone dealing in exports. They also are a collector of fine wines, and you have at least heard one of your parents talking about people suspecting that they become fairly easily bribed with very, very fine wines.
Great.
Yes. They don't live, however, in this area of Cliffside.
Oh,
They don't live in High Top. They have their own manor just outside of Icenbridge, much like your family does and a lot of the other council members do. So it's entirely possible that they would have some sort of lodging in High Top for when council is in session. But as far as you know, they don't actually regularly live there.
Great. Sorry, you said Nolsk?
Yes, I think that was a painting of Rinda Nalsk in the hallway. I can't imagine why that would be in anyone else's house.
That does sound like him. He's like a money guy, which actually, now that I think about it, you can kind of... The bed. He's pretty much the only one that I can think of that would have a bed like this.
Oh, you?
No, not like that. Well, maybe like that. I don't... What are we classifying as like that?
I'm just like brushing myself off.
It was
What are y'all talking about?
the guy's house that we're in.
Yeah.
His name's Nolsk. He just
Okay.
he's a... I don't know. I don't spend very much time with any of the council members. I'm not really supposed to yet.
We need a good excuse for why we're in his house. Oh, I should make the bed. I'll like run over and tidy the bed a little bit.
Could pretend to be as well. We only really need an excuse if we get caught. So we could just not get caught. Jackson's
Even
on
if we
board.
do, who cares, you know?
No, I care a lot because actually, if I'd given one single more second of thought, it would be really bad for me to be in Nolsk's house just having broken in as the child of an advisor.
Right. So if we
no catching,
here,
no
to
catching.
find a council member, but we've been let in to meet with them.
Yeah, that's the other thing. He doesn't actually live here. That well, I mean, he shouldn't, or I didn't know he had this place. So,
well, if he's not in residence, then I imagine the amount of servants here would be fairly minimal. Maybe we can sneak out without anyone noticing.
Yes, you're kind of misunderstanding me. If we're in a place that I didn't know existed, then that might mean that he doesn't want anyone else to know existed either.
Which is good because now you got some dirt on him, right? Like,
No.
Now you can if he ever tries to be like, "Yo, you're on my bad list," I know where you got that big old bed at, bro. And then
Yes, but I think it's... Jax, do you understand? I just mutually assured destruction exists in this universe because that's where we're at.
Mutually assured destruction. What does that mean?
So Here's a situation. If you were gonna punch a bear and the bear was gonna punch you at the same time, if by hitting each other, you're gonna destroy each other. That's kind of it.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
He looks at you with a
fault.
very like dead stare, like kind of like no emotion behind it. Very much just kind of like wide-eyed and very serious in his eyes. Why would I ever lose a fight?
Well, you would lose a fight by fighting.
I've never done that before.
Yeah, but there are some fights that you can only win by not fighting. Because if you both fight, then you both lose. And that's where we're at. If I get found out here, then I lose. And if he gets found out for having this place, he loses. We both have dirt on each other. So we should just leave.
It's also quite likely he didn't know that door was there. He may
That's
find
a
it now
good
that there's a
point.
chip missing, but we'll worry about that later.
Can we put the chip back?
Can we find the chip? Is there
Can we
is the
put
chip
the
around
chip-
anywhere?
If you
Is
are
it
going to
possible for me
search
to
for
lose a
it,
fight?
searching is a skill check, essentially. It is an intellect-based skill check.
Excellent.
With
Let's
how
look
small
for-
that is,
Are we really?
that is...
We're looking for a
a
contact lens on the
6.
ground.
Yeah, that is a 6. So 18 or better. You can
I believe in
Oh
you.
boy.
you can give
No.
me arguments on making this easier though. Like what do you think would make it easier for you? Give me arguments on that.
I am.
Like, Are any of you used to looking at small, intricate objects on a regular basis? For example, studying them. Are any of you used to, like, trying to find lost stuff? Are any of you used to having to find tools or things in odd areas?
I grew up as a scavenger, so I think I'm pretty good at looking for things hidden on the
Okay.
ground.
Okay, so that would ease it by 1.
And I'll throw some effort on that, which brings it to a 4.
Okay.
12 or better.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Is anyone else making an
That's a
attempt?
14. It's a 14.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, 14. Yeah. All right. So yeah. Well, that still would have found it. You find the little chip. So you have
Like a
you
contact
have, like,
lens.
Well, it's not quite contact lens.
Yeah.
It's like maybe this long and this wide. And there is obviously also a crack that, like, it fits into a portion of that crack. So the crack kind of depicts where part of that line is for the door.
Okay. Just try and match it up and put it back in, but it's not stuck.
Yeah, it just keeps falling back out.
We
So
don't
we
I
have
can try
any
to slam it back in.
glue
No!
or
No,
I
not
don't-
punch it open hand. Just
I knew I should have brought honey or something. Sybil, do you have anything?
I might. Maybe.
Well, do you sweeten your tea?
Probably, maybe. How about I'll roll a thing.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Odds.
So, Sybil, what do you think you would have?
Odds or evens. I'm gonna even honey. 6.
I don't think that I would have glue, but I do think I would have ink on me, and ink is actually pretty sticky.
All right.
Like,
So
if
yeah,
you've gotten like actual ink, it is kind of sticky.
yeah. So we'll say that you have probably crystallized sugars because they're not as likely to spill and get things
Yeah.
sticky. So
Yeah.
you'll be able to kind of mix them with the ink and try to make some sort of caramelized paste.
This is a terrible plan. I've just immediately realized it's ink.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very visible.
Okay, so don't use the
We'll
ink.
put it on the back. We'll put it on the back.
Okay.
Okay.
She's like so excited and it's like, here, it's really sticky. You could do that. And we like mix up the whole thing, and the second that you like dab it
It's
on
like
the back and
black.
stick it to the wall, we go. Ah,
Yeah.
oh no! I just realized what we've done.
Yeah. At least it wasn't gall.
That's true.
Because
So-
you probably are not using gall ink because you would have much more expensive ink than that because that burns pages.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's there. It is
Make
visible.
a crust of honey, a crust of sugar, and pop it on, and
yeah, like
well,
you dissolved it into the slightly not quite acidic ink, and like it did help the sugar to dissolve, and it became this kind of gooey mess that you slapped onto the back of it, and it kind of looks like really thin tar, and you wedge it into place and you try and wipe off the excess, and it's staying there either through surface tension or through success. You're not sure. It now has a nice little outline.
Great.
Oh, great.
Great.
Is there a plant or something I can push where it is?
Yeah, I'll say that there is not necessarily a plant because there's not people to take care of it.
Yeah.
But there is like a statue that with Jax's help you would be able to kind of
just
waddle over.
Cool. Let's leave.
We made this so much worse.
Losing a fight. Is that even possible?
Oh, it is.
Very, believe me.
You learn something new every day. All right.
Okay.
Oh, are we sneaking? Are we sneaking?
We should probably sneak. If we get through all of this, breakfast somewhere, like a warm breakfast in the sunshine.
Absolutely. I will.
Like get some rabbits or something.
No, we're going to a restaurant.
How long would you say that you guys have been standing in the sunlight, like looking around and whatnot?
We're still indoors? How bright is it?
Oh, well, it's like a large picture window that Jax swung the solid shutters away from.
Right.
So
probably,
about how long would you say that you guys have been figuring this out and discussing?
I feel like it's been anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like 10-ish minutes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys don't hear anything outside.
Great.
Like you're high enough up to where there's not going to be a lot of activity, even directly outside of the window and hearing different activities in parts of the city, because this isn't a busy part of Cliffside. In the hallway, you don't hear or see anyone moving around. You do notice that your hand is a little bit more green than it was the previous day, though, Kale.
Cool. Hate that. Not gonna think too much about it.
Yeah.
Don't have my gloves.
Yep. They're gone.
Mm-hmm. Even if I hadn't had them thrown across the room by Kinder, I think they would have shredded.
Yeah, those would have been destroyed
like
during that thing.
Like my RIP, my entire old outfit.
Your ascot survived. It was just kind of tied around your neck,
Yeah,
so your ascot survived.
I have that.
The rest of it, not so much.
Yeah.
You definitely
let's go.
hulked out.
Yes. I was green.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not easy.
Legally distinct. Legally
Yeah.
distinct Hulk.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the rat
They hulk.
Yeah. The rat does eventually also wake itself up because it was burrowed underneath one of the pillows on the bed. Because Jax did eventually just be like, okay.
Yeah.
And the rat was just like, oh, okay. Oh, this is comfy. And it just kind of squeaks and looks around and follows after you guys as you wander into the hallway. How are you doing the whole sneaking through the hallway? Where do you intend to go? What are you doing?
Just like
We want to get out.
Toe.
Yeah. Yes. And like peek around corners, listen for anybody coming, try to find a front door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a side door even. Anywhere
Or an
outside.
elevator. Or
So, you guys have a choice on what you roll for
Okay.
your skill. Because coordination is very important for sneaking, but so is knowing how to. So you can either roll intellect or might for this, and basically the which one you roll determines whether or not you want to put effort in and things like that. If it doesn't matter, or if you're not putting any effort in or whatever, then it doesn't matter. But your sneak is at a 4, so 12 or better.
Good.
To sneak through an empty hallway.
I'm literally trained in this.
You are trained in
Ooh,
sneaking
nice.
around, so that
I
brings it down to a 9.
I'm going to throw some effort on this, and I'm going to do it with my might, because I am dexterously sneaky.
I am also going to do that.
I got a 19.
Okay. So
I got 11, but I was down to a 3, so it's 9 or better. So good.
I got a 9.
all right.
Just enough.
So the both of you just kind of barely get past with the whole you're being dexterous, you're like testing where to put your foot down and avoiding anything that might make noise. You don't bump into anything. Sybil is like a moving shadow. Like perfectly silent as she wanders down the hallway, and you almost think that she might have gone see-through again, because it's like she passes around things so smoothly without rustling anything it's as if she's passing through them. But no, she's definitely solid. Her roots are white, but she's definitely solid. And she's just wandering, leads the way. You identify what looks to be a large office, like for taking meetings. The door just kind of open. No one's in there. But you are just perfectly maneuvering down the hallway.
Interesting. I don't think anybody's here. We should probably still be pretty quiet.
Let's get out of here as fast as possible.
Yeah. Good plan. I don't know where the entrance is.
Yes.
I'm just... Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
I can find the way is one of my explorer skills.
Ooh.
Do it.
Yeah. So if you want to do that, that will help instead of having to check every doorway.
Yeah, I'm gonna intuit where is the door in this place.
So many doors.
I rolled an 8 though, so that's not great.
So there are a lot of doors, and you are a little distracted by how good this little academy nerd is at just smoothly. If you were not looking directly at her, she would not exist to you.
Oh,
it is
very stealthy,
like ridiculously stealthy. It's the next step down from a nat 20. Like, this is minor effect level stealthy. So you're a little distracted by how alarmingly good at this someone that you have, until this recent adventure, only seen huddled over books, ADHD style, hyper focusing, and like notes everywhere.
Really good at sneaking.
Yeah, you do eventually find a stairwell down into a different level of whatever home this happens to be, and you think that down is probably going to lead you to an exit. Maybe.
I'll pause by the door and sort of listen, nothing down the stairwell, and be like, swang.
But yeah, I love that, like, that one little info drop in the middle of all of that. Everybody was just like, oh, and then glossed right past.
Yeah.
I heard something about white roots, and
Yep.
what roots?
What's up?
Yep.
It's like I've
What
seen
is-
a ghost.
Like
Technically, you can't
hair
ask me
roots,
about it
or
right
do
now
you
'cause I'm
have?
trying to be
Are
quiet.
you also a plant?
You mean like I've been planted
she's
here?
she is not growing roots into the ground
Great.
as she's moving.
Good.
Um,
Good. The
but
opposite
yeah,
of.
so yeah, like with that 19, you just like smoothly glide down the stairs and just so fast that it is irrational that you are being that quiet about it. You miss any squeak or creak that might have happened from those stairs. Take a look around. No one's there. You guys have broken into an empty house.
Great. Perfect.
We're fine.
The best. The best.
You all worried about nothing. See,
There is down in this large foyer receiving area an even larger picture of the council member.
Yeah.
Like full on
This-
homage to
this-
self level of
that
large
sounds-
picture.
Mask.
someone's really conceited. Yeah.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's
He's got a very good tailor, though, if that painting is any indication.
Yeah.
you're in the market for some more clothes?
Oh, no. I would be arrested if I was found wearing his clothing.
Yeah. Okay. That was a joke.
Good.
I'm good at them.
Good. I'm not. I've not had my tea this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Kale, if we don't get arrested just the second we open this door, I will personally buy all of us breakfast, and I will get you as much tea as you want.
Wonderful.
Awesome, because I don't have any money.
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
Well, I'm a traveler. What can I say?
I don't think I have any money either, but sometimes people are just cool about it because they know my parents and they know where to charge us to.
I have a few clips if we need to, but then we'll be eating in a much less fancy place.
This is all, this all depends on us actually opening this door and there's not like an alarm or a whole bunch of people on the other side. And
Can you peek out? You're very good at this.
thanks. Am I?
Exceptionally good. No, very
Yeah.
good.
So good, your hair's turning white. But yeah, continue.
My hair is turning white.
And
That's
we'll
not
talk
a.
about it later.
Oh,
Just a little.
I would prefer. Okay. Do we have to talk about it later? She's
We could speak
white,
about it
looking
now.
for a
white
mirror.
hair is awesome. Right? Like it's great.
Cool. Yeah, your hair is great. She is frantically looking for a mirror now, just kind of like.
Yeah. So
First
you'd
gotta-
you'd be able to find a mirror with someone that is this self-important in
Yeah.
their foyer. So yeah, you find
Yeah.
like a little kind of receiving table and whatnot that they have stuff out on whenever an event is happening here. And there is definitely a mirror behind it so that you can see behind you at the door. And you have these kind of just barely there white tinged roots to your hair. And then you kind of turn your head another way and it's kind of pinkish purple, but faded pastel, and then you turn your head another way and it's white.
That's new. And you're sure it wasn't like this yesterday?
I mean, we were in the dark most of the time, so how could we know?
That's fair.
Don't know when you had time to diet though. I mean, it's a great time. Yeah.
I didn't. I think
I
this
didn't notice anything yesterday, so this may be new.
this is, I think, my. You know the thing that happened to Kale, the tree thing.
Oh, let's not speak of that ever again.
Right.
That was the potion.
Yeah, this is probably just potion.
Yeah, you did drink an awful lot of that expired one. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. I'm. Thanks, Jax. Yeah, I thought it would work. It didn't. Okay. We all
It
make
did.
mistakes.
It was useful for some things, though. So you weren't entirely off of it.
There's something
I've
that
said
my
it-
mom always. Yeah. The if you can't be a good. What is it? If you can't be a good. What is it? What's that quote? Straight up, what is that quote? I cannot remember what
you
it
can't
is.
say anything good, don't say anything at all.
No, if you can't be like good example, be a warning.
Oh, yes.
My mom used to say that. Never about me. It was always about my siblings, but like, yeah, I guess we did learn not to drink the expired ones.
You have siblings? That's cool.
I do. Yeah, I guess I mean, they're cool. Okay, so I used to sneak out, and I didn't have to. I wanted to not wake them up, and so like I got really good at it, but only in like really big houses. I'm pretty bad when it comes to like outdoor stuff.
Are you
Well,
the
I'm
eldest?
the
youngest?
opposite.
Oldest, but
Oh.
this is kind of breakfast chat. I think.
Yes, let's get out of this
Yeah, maybe we
house.
should
Yeah.
leave first. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you open the ornate door.
Anybody out there?
Yes.
I think we're
No?
letting Sybil go first
Sybil-
because Sybil
Sybil's
is
the one
the
that does-
sneakiest.
Great,
Okay,
thank you.
so-
Thanks, guys.
So yeah, you open the door and there is no stopping this thing from creaking just slightly. And it's like you cringe a little bit every time it moves because you're just like, someone's gonna hear. And you do
Oh, we're
see
doing-
you do see outside that there are people walking through the various byways and along the stairs that lead up and around to various other buildings. And you recognize where you come out because while it has been a while since you've been to High Top, it's, or I think it was actually supposed to be called Bridgeview. One of the two. It's been a while since you've been there, like good couple of years, but you know where you are. You are basically a block, as blocks go in this type of city setup, from where the council chambers are. And along the cliff a little bit further and up one level is the suite that your family stays in when they are on hand for the council member that you guys see to. There are also a variety of very much on the cliffside type of bistros and restaurants for those who do business up here, a variety of offices that are used by the wealthiest of Icenbridge. And there are, kind of city patrol that are wandering around, but none of them seem to notice you guys, or you at least, poking your head out of a random door in a home. There's not a guard directly posted outside.
Great. Kind of shuts it a little bit. So the good news is that outside, I know where we are. We're like 3 blocks from one of the best bakeries I've ever been to, so we're definitely going there. The bad news is that there are guards, so just like don't be weird when you leave. And then I think maybe I'll go and then leave a couple, like give it a minute. Is that more suspicious? Is that less suspicious? I generally do this by myself. I don't.
We are distinctive enough we might draw the eyes, but I think if we all leave together, it might be better.
Yeah, like with the door. Doing it really slowly. Should just open it really fast and then leave really fast and then shut the door.
Yes.
Yep.
The guards shouldn't ask why we're wandering through the neighborhood if we're not attracting attention. It's really just getting out of this house that is the tricky
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. We
Don't
just have to
slam it.
shut this door.
Don't
Very
slam it.
quietly. Very quietly.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
On 3.
So I would like performance checks from all of you.
Good.
This is unfortunately intellect based. This is a purely intellect based thing because it is behavior, it is intellect, it is charisma.
Put effort on this, y'all.
Okay,
So-
fine.
It's just an ordinary DC, so it is 9 or better, so 3. Because all you gotta do is not act like you're suspicious.
Don't
All
be
you gotta
weird,
do is
y'all.
Be natural.
I rolled an 11, so I'm.
Yeah, so you're fine.
I belong here. I look fancy.
I rolled a
Fancy
13.
Okay.
I initially rolled a 6, but I'm gonna use right timing, which is an ability I have, so that I can re-roll again.
No.
I like that
because
the
you're
one
just-
who is the fanciest of us is like, I'm acting natural.
She's not.
Oh
so-
wow! What a
she's
good
not-
morning it is. Just no,
Yeah, she's just a little socially awkward.
It's fine. It's good.
I don't know what being
Re-roll
natural
that.
is. Okay, it's gonna
Re-roll
be
that.
fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It was less fine.
Oh no.
That's
So yeah, you are
two.
like, I'm
Okay.
acting natural here. Ha! Good morning.
Okay, so unfortunately, with the 2, like, you're. And I knew exactly what I was going to have happen if you rolled badly.
Can I not just use the 6?
Even with the 6, you don't pass. Because it was what went on in my head when you were describing what Sybil was just like, so you just do this instead, right? So you fling open the door really, really fast. Because that's the opposite of slow. Just dart outside. Just like sorry. I'm trying to control my laughter.
It's perfect. It's
But
perfect.
yeah, you like fling open the door. Like immediately are outside on the stair, on like the little porch and stairwell that leads into the bridging pathways. One of the city patrol just kind of looks over at you strangely, like, what the fuck, dude? The other 2 just walk right out. And I am going to have you call high or low, and then roll.
Hi.
Okay.
That is on the floor, and I'm going to look at it. I want to know what it is. I said hi. That's a fucking 18.
18.
Get out. I can only roll when it counts.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And the guard just kind of looks at you strangely, like, what is wrong with you? Because you just flung open a doorway, and oh, that's Robert. He was the last guard that helped to escort you and your family to one of the places, like when you were like maybe 10, and your city council member had actually assigned you a patrolman to show you around. And it's like, Sybil?
Hi, Robert. Hi.
You've gotten so much bigger. Has it really been that long? Is your family in town? And he just strolls right up to you, leaves his partner that he was patrolling with, who is just completely clueless. How are you? Oh, you've gotten so big. How old are you now? And he's like maybe 50 and still
Aw.
talking to you like you're a kid.
Family's good. I'm good. Things are good. Making eye contact with like Hale over his shoulder.
I
As
like
sure.
quietly close the door and I'm coming in to kind of help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I turned 22. Let's say
You hear like a little quiet, like from Dale.
Family's not in town. No, I'm on vacation. I'm on summer vacation from school.
You're showing us around, and it's been a delightful tour.
Yeah,
and we're gonna
these-
grab some breakfast.
These are my friends.
Interesting. And he looks at Jax, and then he looks at Kale, and he's like, interesting friends. Yeah. Mimi's has the best eclairs right now.
I was gonna take them there.
You should definitely check it out. It's been great seeing you. Tell
so great.
Tell your mom hi for me. Tell both of your moms hi for me.
I will.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you're doing good. It's been a long time. We don't come out this way or I don't. Really.
I want to apologize for seeming frustrated with the whole babysitting comments.
No.
But
I mean,
you guys were actually really great. You guys were actually really great, and I'm really sorry about that. But it was a memorable experience.
I'm so glad. I know, like the younger ones, they still talk about you. Like, yep,
it's great.
Yeah. What's been great? We're gonna get breakfast. Bye.
Yeah, no, that's one of the daughters of an advisor. As he wanders back over to his partner, who just kind of smacks him over the shoulder, like, "What the fuck, dude?"
I'll sling an arm around you and be like, "Right, so breakfast then," and kind of guide you the other way. And be like, "You did good. You did good."
I'm not good at.
See you later, Bob.
Oh.
And then later today, we'll go see the gardens. Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Trail off as we get further away.
What a nice old person.
It had to be somebody that I knew. All of the people, it had to be somebody that I knew.
That's better, though, because he'll remember seeing you and maybe not seeing you sneaking out of a council member's house.
I'm pretty sure that's when we made eye contact, was when I was flinging the door open.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
We said it would be better to do it faster.
Oh. And maybe I should have clarified. I didn't mean quite that quickly, but good effort.
You want it?
I believe in you. You're doing a great job. So we're gonna get some of these eclairs. I've never had one of those before.
They're great. Just come on.
What are they like? What type of meat is in them?
No meat. It's even better. It's sugar. It's just all sugar. Oh. You're gonna love it.
I am dying for a hot cup of tea right now.
Let's do it.
So, wandering along the various pathways and around a couple of buildings that they've got lit behind and passing through the actual cliff itself, they've got a mirror system that helps to reflect light through the hallways and everything so that it's still well lit during the daytime. But eventually you do pass up to another, what seems to be greenhouse-like pastry shop that you can smell the bread and eggs and vegetables and sugar of a Michelin level patisserie. The walls really are just made of panels of glass, so you can see into it as you walk up, with a wide patio out in the sun outside with a variety of tables for people to sit at. But yeah, you very, very well remember Mimi's, which is named for Grandma Miriam, that had opened the shop years and years ago. But it's just kind of colloquially called Mimi's because everybody loves the food.
Everybody rich.
Yeah. Everybody rich. This is
spendy. This is spendy.
This place
is very spendy. There is legitimate gold gilding on the counters.
Ooh.
Like, this is some fancy shit. And you kind of brush off your clothing because, Sybil, if you remember, you're still wearing your same clothes from yesterday. You
Yeah.
lost your cardigan, and you took a dip in that underground pond.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I bet
So
we all
you-
smell
and you've been-
awesome
Yeah,
right
so
now.
you
In
and
caves.
Jax, you and Jax, both are a sight walking in. Jax at least still has his coat, and like, yeah, both of you are just kind of a sight. Kale did not get wet and is in fancy clothes.
Kale's
It
doing
is
I am
surprising, in fact,
fastidious
that the
about
guard
my
did
hair
not
and
comment
clothing.
on your clothing.
I think
But
he was
you-
just surprised.
I look like I walked out of a Ren fair.
Yeah.
Wearing ancient
do-
mage robes
You
to
do
breakfast.
walk in, and it does garner enough attention from your appearances that the shopkeep does very much notice you and kind of recognizes you. So they
Sybil,
don't
surely.
immediately ask you to leave, at least.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Is there something that I can help you with?
Yes. So I'm supposed to be picking up some stuff for my parents. And she like gets in, leans really close. It's like they're advisors and they're currently in session right now, and I was just hoping to get something to go, please.
Your parents, he's you do look familiar. Is
We
could you perhaps tell me who you are?
I couldn't I?
And like he's just kind of wrinkling his nose a little bit, but he does
Yeah.
kind of recognize you. So you're holding steady.
I have a confession. Sybil and I are both bad at lying, and yet we try so often.
You do. You're trying so hard.
Trying so hard to lie. She just like gets really close to the counter, goes, we used to come here a lot when I was younger, so you might know me, Ada and Orla keenly. They're in session right now. And I
yes, I remember this name. I do. And then starts putting together a box of whatever he happens to grab. Session, the council is not set to meet today. Is this private?
No. Yes.
And you
It's
see
very-
his face starting to shift slightly to gossipy, more interested.
It's kind of hush. I'm also kind of touring around some these guys also they're actually never mind.
I try to look down my nose at him as best as I can.
Okay,
I
so I would
stand
like,
very bodyguardly.
yeah, I would like another couple of performance checks from both of you. Not from you, Sybil, because you are just
great.
as
Never
awkward
mind.
as I expected you to be.
Good, great, perfect. But I am playing a role.
So this is a 4, so 12 is the minimum now.
I am skilled at reading people. Can I use that to sort of see what he might expect me to be?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
let you.
So that's a 3, which is a 9 or better.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and that is a
I got
16.
11.
All right, so you are obviously just trying to look tough. What did you get, Kale?
16.
16, definitely good enough. So
'Cause I'm
he
very
just kind
fancy.
of looks very skeptically at you, Jax, for a minute, and then leans close to you, Sybil. These are foreign dish. dignitaries? Yes. I am
They-
not
they-
supposed to. I am not supposed to know. I do not know. I did not
no,
see them. I did
no.
not see them. And then he starts piling a couple more things into the box. You will let these very native to our home people know that this is the best patisserie in the city.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
I would also love it if you could get us some teas. And she, I think, pulls out like a singular chip and just like puts it on the table and just goes, "Your discretion is appreciated." Just kind of slides it
I
across
will
the table.
I'll grab a
Actually
few
looks
more clips
fair.
and put them on the I just sort of like shake my head and put a few more clips on the table.
Yeah,
and then
because he looked
lean in and be
very
like,
insulted.
I have heard that the tea in Icenbridge is second to none in the world. That there's a particular sort of mushroom that is found here and nowhere else that you grind to make some sort of beverage.
Yes, yes. I shall get you. I shall get you help. It is that time of day. Yes, and then turns around and starts messing with this extremely fancy looking brass setup. It's almost like an alchemist setup that like goes through a little pattern and like little marbles rolling and then turning other things on. It's a full presentation before it just pours hot water into a cup.
Great, perfect,
Great.
excellent. I am
Which-
watching to see how much of this is bullshit because I know how to make a good cup of tea.
all of it is bullshit.
Good,
Great.
excellent.
But he is making you cave, which mostly just requires adding hot water to the powder and then mixing it in a similar way that you would with matcha. So it goes through all of this. It's like ding 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 ding.
Kale's
Takes
eyebrow
so
just
much-
keeps going higher and higher.
Yeah, and all of this is as the water is like waiting to boil, and then eventually it finally knocks something over that causes it to pour the boiling water into the cup. Presents a whisk. And then carefully pours a couple of small cups of cave, puts it on a little brass tray, and sets it up.
Thank you, good sir. And I'm going to do this like the tea sommelier thing of like, you make it sort of swirl in the cup a little bit. You smell the aroma, give it a moment to let the fragrances all percolate, and then have another smell, the slightest of sip. Is it good tea?
It is actually some of the best cave that you've had.
Ooh, okay, all right.
They
So
actually,
the eyebrow has been up and it comes down a little bit, and I give a little bit of an appraising nod.
yeah, they actually do some special stuff to the cave up here to make it, you know, a little bit more flavorsome for people.
Good head notes, lot of grassiness, not a lot of bitterness. An aroma like a fresh spring day, with a very pleasing tail note of wood, just a little bit of leather. A bit peaty. I like this. This is a very good varietal. I like carry on in that vein for a little bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and there's even hints of carob so that it gives it chocolate flavor without actually having chocolate in it.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
I ramble off the tea sommelier thing for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Clearly someone who knows their shit.
Yeah. So he's just like fully impressed, zoned in on you as all of this is happening before he eventually does actually give you guys the small folded box of a variety of pastries. You notice that he has not touched the clips that you've left out.
Interesting.
She tries one more time to like kind of slide them to him. Just like, thank you.
You are welcome, young daughter of
You can call
then
me
like
Sybil.
yeah, and then like gets really quiet. Keenly, but this would not even cover a single eclair. So I am
No,
going
no,
to
no.
say that I
It's
appreciate
Mm.
the attempted bribery, but it is improperly made. Um,
great. Thank
the-
you. Never mind.
come closer. Just
Okay.
just come closer.
Yep.
I will suggest that when dealing with dignitaries of this level and people that live on this level, since apparently you do not, that you understand that it is significantly more valuable to trade in information rather than money. So this is plenty for me. Your name will not come up.
What's your name?
You can call me Pierre. That is not the name on his name tag.
Okay. That's a bit suspicious.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pierre, for everything. I have a garden to show these two. We'll be back, I'm sure.
Sybil, darling, this place is as excellent as you said. Thank you very much for your service. And I'll sweep grandly out.
You vaguely remember from your last trip, because again, it has been several years, that the money that exchanged hands for the pastries was probably enough to put you through one of your classes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Damn, Pierre.
yeah.
That one cup of cava is like as much as my tea shop makes in a day.
Yeah.
Pierre's like, I don't take money from broke people, okay?
Pierre's like, you're not from here, and I can tell.
Yeah, he's not exactly the most polite, but at least he understands trading and information. Whether or not the information you have provided is correct.
We should probably just leave. I was going to try something, but we should probably just leave, just knowing how all of this is going.
Yes, I should tell all of the people in my home how wonderful this place is.
Though that's a little much, but
I'm already sweeping out the door.
Okay, I got this. She like tries to carry everything and just does not let anyone else carry it because I'm supposed to be, you're like foreign dignitaries and you absolutely cannot be the one to hold it.
So, are you guys going up, or are you going to find a tram down?
I thought we could sit and have breakfast.
Well, are you
Yeah,
gonna eat
we-
outside? You're gonna eat out on the patio?
Like not
We wanna
anywhere
be-
near this restaurant.
No, but we want to be near the council eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that
Probably,
case, I would
maybe, or where your
suggest
moms
like
are.
going up to like topside, like the actual top of the cliff. There are a variety of parks up there that you would be able to just kind of settle in. But with as high up on the cliffs as you guys are, it's pretty much just businesses and walkways. So if you were going to sit and eat, it would be like at their patio that they have, or going to a different level.
Question. You said that we were like pretty close to a place that my family used to stay at.
Yeah, it's sort of like imagine like a Hilton, but it's an Airbnb.
Yeah. Would this in theory just be constantly rented out for the use of my parents while they are in session, or this is a thing where you need a reservation? Like, can we just
It is
go?
it is under the name of the council member, not of your family. So if you think that no one else will be housed there by that council member at the moment, you can risk it. Or you can find somewhere else. It's entirely up to you.
I'm fine eating in a park.
We should probably just go to a park.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like having more conversations with people that recognize me and know my parents today.
Also, it is so wonderful to be out of the tunnels. I would desperately love to see the sky.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
You're not actually all that hungry, Kale. You're not sure if it's because of the Kav or if it's just that
What a stressful couple days.
Yeah, it's just that you're stressed, but you're not really all that hungry.
Yeah, weird.
Photosynthesizing.
Yeah. Jax, you are always hungry. You are starving.
I'm ravenous. Yeah.
Yeah, you exerted some of that energy, and you are ready to reabsorb that via feast.
Yeah. I'm ready to chow.
Yeah. But yeah, so you guys decide to take the little stairwell up to the top.
Let's
All
go.
right. Yeah,
Let's take the
Let's do
stairway to cliffside or clifftop.
Yeah, so it's a fairly easy walk. It is meant to be taken by weak little business folk and dignitaries that are not used to exerting a lot of physical effort. So it is a fairly easy walk. It's the right type of tread and distance up / forward that makes it a pleasant walk as opposed to really narrow, steep stairs. The actual cliff top, where growth of plant life and everything starts to be, is manicured and beautiful and very obviously maintained for its appearance to those who visit, as opposed to being wild. But there are benches, there are nice soft spots to picnic at. There's a couple people up here enjoying the sun. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. Just gonna
All right.
sit anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a preference?
Under a
I don't have
tree? Are the trees?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's trees.
Yeah,
nice
near a
bench under
tree.
Wish
Yeah.
I had a blanket or something, but yeah, this should be fine.
Who needs a blanket when you got the ground?
You say so many wrong things.
I think I'll find a bench. Thank you.
We found a tree that has just like a bench slightly near it, and Jax and Sybil are just sitting on the ground while Kayla's just on a bench.
There's a couple of like decorative benches that are around, including those that are underneath trees for like fancy people that want shade. So yeah, you'd be able to find a tree that has some benches nearby. It's a fancy person park, so it's not like amenities are scarce. And there's even like a decorative creek that's flowing nearby that is obviously like brought over from something to be maintained as decorative water.
I'm going to sit down, and before I even tear into any of the pastries that we have, which I'm sure are delightful, I'm going to just like breathe open air that is not a cave and like look at the sky for a while.
Oh yeah.
And just let the nightmares of being back underground like fade a little bit.
You really did not like being down there, huh?
No, that was a lot.
Well, I appreciate it. You didn't really have to, and you did. It was really nice of you.
Well, you're welcome. I would have worried about you if you had gone off on your own. So it was
Understandable. I probably would have died.
especially from that sea creature.
Yeah. Honestly, probably would have died just trying to get down there, but
The tunnels are very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. And even if you do.
yeah. I guess, I mean, it makes sense why there would be a staircase directly from someone's house into, well, somebody's house. You would get to bypass the tunnels completely. I wonder which one's older.
I'm not sure.
Probably the staircase.
You build the staircase first, and then you build the things around it. I like how you think.
So, yeah. But I would like to go ahead and say, let's take a quick little break since we've come to a little bit of a pause point while you guys are settling into your late morning breakfast.
Awesome.
But yeah, so we will be back shortly, everyone, and look forward to seeing you then. right, and we are back. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Enjoyed our break, came back in quite the high mood here. As a gentle reminder before we jump right back into our little session here, Altered Echo Archives is raising funds for Black Girls Code. Check out the little QR code at the bottom to be able to donate. They promote young African American females or female presenting individuals in STEM and technology. So check it out. However, our little party under the tree with their pastries and their lies and dirty clothing. Let's just roll right back into that. You guys have found your little picnic spot. How you feel?
I would say Jax he's sitting on the ground because it's where he feels comfortable, and he is he's a bit quieter than he usually is. He looks like he's like contemplating something.
Jax,
Go ahead.
What?
Jax, you feeling okay?
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking. Just hard to do.
Thinking.
I'm uncharacteristically contemplative right now. I understand
no,
you
I
need to
just-
take a moment, though.
I had a dream. That was it.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, it's my aunt, you know. I think it was my aunt. She seemed like my aunt, but she wasn't my aunt.
This is
But
the aunt
she
that
was.
rose you to fight, yes?
Yeah. It's the only aunt I have, I think. I don't know. Family tree is sort of a family branch at the moment. It's only 2 people on it. Yeah.
And you said that you don't know who your parents are.
I don't know. They are a mystery to me.
So your aunt that wasn't your aunt, what was she doing? She's just there?
This thing is, she was my aunt. She's doing the normal things that she did, but she felt different. Everything kind of felt different. Even I felt different. I don't
Different
know.
good? Different bad?
I don't know. I don't know. It's the thing that Mr. Ominous said. It's been bugging me ever since. It's not all I am, right? I'm Jax, but what am I? What else am I?
Right.
I'm this awesome melee fighter, right? Very strong, very tough, very fast, smart sometimes when I drink a potion, but if that's not it, what else is there?
I mean, there's lots of other things you could be. There's probably a lot of other things that you are going to be. I mean, like,
It also sounds like you've never really had the opportunity to do anything but survive, to fight, to find your next meal, or bear to wrestle, I suppose.
True.
did you ever want
Yeah.
to be anything different? Like before? Or did you ever get like a chance to want to be something different?
No, I've always wanted to be a warrior. Saw my aunt, how good she was at everything. You know, building a cabin in the middle of the woods, right? And then, using all these weapons and techniques, and she's also very quick-witted, sharp tongue, they say. There was a couple times she would have to go. Sometimes we would go into like cities or towns or stuff, and she would get so many people. she would get such good bargains from people who barely knew her. Right? And it was it was awesome to see her be her. That's what I want to be. Not her, but me. I thought this was me, right? But like, it's not. There's more.
You can be more and be yourself.
It also sounds to me like, though you say that you've been raised your entire life to be a warrior, that you've never really had anything to fight for, anything to defend.
Yeah, you're right, actually. I just went from fight to fight, looking to fight stronger people. That was really it. There's no purpose besides me just winning, which is awesome still, though. Winning is great. But yeah, there's...
I'm not a warrior myself, and I don't know a lot of people who are, but as I understand it, those who are content in their profession have something that they are protecting or defending. They have a purpose, a reason that they fight. And it doesn't seem like you have one.
Oh.
It's getting way deeper than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm used to listening to people pour out their life stories, and I just, you find a lot of people aren't happy. And sometimes you can see what it is that they need to be happy. And it feels to me like you've been wandering your whole life without really ever knowing why.
My aunt told me to be free, and I know what free meant. I thought free just meant doing what I want, but maybe it's not.
I mean, are you happy?
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought I was. Not. Yeah. Yes. Confused, yes.
A confused yes. Yeah, I mean, I kind of think that's all of us, though. Like, maybe not. Maybe just confused happy.
Don't seem entirely happy either, Sybil, with your studies. I know that they've always been a source of great frustration for you.
Oh, it's great. It's definitely what I would have picked if I got
On your own?
pick.
Without your mother's pressure?
Did you not get to pick?
No, God, no. No, so it's a family calling. When your family's been doing the same thing for a long time, you kind of, the expectation to continue is pretty high, especially when you're the oldest. So
You were expected to follow in their footsteps.
yeah,
Devote your life to study and become an advisor one day, perhaps.
God,
Carry on the family legacy.
I'm expected to become an advisor someday. That's a thing that's probably gonna happen unless it.
I'm not always the best at picking up social cues, but it seems like you're very reluctant in what you're saying right now.
You would be correct. Look, can I be honest for 2 seconds?
Of course.
I absolutely hate talking to most people. You guys are fine, weirdly. I kind of expected it to be a lot worse, but I mostly was just planning on following after you until I figured out everything. But you guys are great and really fun to be around. And it's weird seeing an entire other world that I didn't think existed, and then People just live like that. People just get to go do things. Jax, you just get to go.
It's pretty nice, yeah.
It's nice knowing that there's options, even if they don't really exist for you.
You
know?
two have the opposite problem in a lot of ways. Sybil,
my gosh.
you've been roped into a life of expectations and requirements and never had much freedom, I can imagine. And Jax, you're the opposite. You've been given no purpose. You've been given skills and then let loose on the world with no guidance as to what meaning you're supposed to find from that. And I can't imagine that either are very comfortable for you.
Do you want to switch? You could go and be. Do you want to be the oldest?
I very well might be. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I guess.
An only child. Maybe. Who knows?
Possible.
You don't seem like an only child to me. I mean, you do, but like, look, I've got 2 little siblings, right? I'm the oldest by about 4-ish years. I don't remember exactly. And like, you can kind of tell. Kale has only child.
Oh, no. I actually have several younger siblings. I have 3 siblings.
Well,
But I
wait,
wasn't
what is that?
particularly...
Did you say you're the oldest then?
Yes. I wasn't particularly favored by my father. So it's more that he had 3 children and then I was the extra.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
It was not. That's a lot of the reason why I don't have a lot of contact with my family anymore.
Can relate to that.
But, on the other hand, they never expected anything of me. So I suppose I have that going for me. And I had your freedom, I guess, once I left them behind. To make my own way in the world. To build something for myself that was my own. And that was my purpose in life. That's the tea shop. That's what I wanted out of life. A place that I could call my own and live out the rest of my days serving tea there. And I could have quite happily done so.
Until...
I still intend to. And still intend to. Unless all of this
Right. All of this.
seems to be getting out of control. But maybe in a new magical world, people will still need tea.
Yeah.
Magic tea.
Yeah. Imagine maybe.
I mean,
more.
all tea is a little bit magic.
Mm.
You know, that first sip in the morning kind of goes straight to the soul.
I have a confession. I don't like tea.
What?
I'm so sorry. I think it's gross. It just tastes like leaves.
You have spent literally days
I
with my
know.
tea.
I know. As soon as I learned your name, it was too weird. I felt like I had to keep coming back. And the sandwiches are really good. And the soup's really nice, which, like, soup is kind of like tea, but just better. Tea's not good, okay? I'm really sorry.
Wonderful. I will have to agree to disagree with you on that matter. The tea is perhaps the most important thing in my entire life. And it is a little slice of the divine when it is done well.
Well, now I just feel like a jerk saying that your entire reason for being is bad.
It's simply not to your preference, and that is a difference.
I'm indifferent myself. I've had to eat leaves before, so I'm totally fine with the taste of them.
Jax, you can't eat leaves. You can't do that.
Some leaves are edible.
Imagine accidentally eating poison ivy, right? That's
Oh
fun.
no.
I don't know. That's where I got the strong constitution from.
Does it itch on the way in?
Ooh,
everywhere.
It is from the way out.
And you can't scratch. Yeah, it's just you can't get in there, right? Because
What if you swallowed rocks? Would that fix it? I'm giving you ideas. We're gonna stop.
That is yet another good reason to never leave the city.
You know, I don't think I may be not the brightest bulb, but I don't know if I would ever swallow rocks.
To itch your insides? I mean, I could probably convince you that it would be a good idea.
Aren't there
You're probably
birds
right.
that do that? They swallow rocks and it helps with digestion.
Maybe I could learn to be a bird. No, that's a different. No, we're getting off topic.
What was the topic?
I don't know.
I mean,
You know, it's
I suppose it was what we intend to do next. I would very much like to go back to my tea shop and just go back about my normal routine and pretend that magic isn't awakening under the city and that no one is changing or growing bone spurs out of their arms and that it will not affect the people of Deepview more deeply than it will anyone up here in these very privileged heights. But we found that we can't stop it. That it's coming whether we want it or not.
Yeah, magic is a presence that is even more powerful than the world itself.
Mm,
I'm
At least that's what my aunt said.
terrified. I'm terrified of what might happen.
You know, if magic is coming back and everybody's going to get magic, then everyone should know. Right? Am I wrong? The fact that anyone's trying to keep it a secret only hinders civilization even more so.
we don't
Right.
We don't know that everybody's gonna get it though, do we?
Magic is magic. It's everywhere and everything. It's simple as the air is air, you know? It's everywhere. It is.
But in the old stories from the old days, and I'm not very familiar with them, weren't there just normal people who went about their lives? Who were untouched by it?
I think so. There had to have been, right?
Not everyone was mages. And that's why the mages were so
Yeah.
like your grandfather or whatever.
Yeah. There have to
Uh-oh.
always be people that aren't. It's the only way that it works. That's how the whole. Okay, interesting.
If I know anything about the world, it's that there are those who have and those who do not have.
I mean, I guess I view the world differently. In my opinion, right, it's a matter of scale, right? Not of if it's there or not, because it is. It's a matter of how much one uses it.
So you're saying that some people just don't have very much of it,
Or rather
don't
they did
use
not.
it.
Or rather they did not, or rather they just did not study it like your grandfather or others, right? So like,
Yeah, sure. I mean,
you all could be just as strong as I am if you trained just like me, but you don't. So you are not.
I'm
Doesn't
not,
mean you can't be.
not convinced.
It means you haven't done the work for it.
I don't think that we can be as strong as you.
I
Even on our
don't
best days, we haven't been
think-
training since we were literal children.
born. Yeah. But I get what you're saying, that it's a matter of just skill or training and not skill. But I don't know. I don't think that a society where every single person was capable of magic would have been able to function.
There are also those who fear magic deeply.
Oh, I know.
That's- Yes. That's part of why I was not accepted by my family, is that I was marked by magic. My siblings weren't.
And they were afraid of it?
My father was. Then he sort of made everyone see his way, whether they liked it or not.
I am familiar with the concept.
Is it okay if I punch your father when I see him?
Oh, I would be delighted, actually. It
Gotcha.
might shatter him in half, but
Shatter him in half, just like one fault
Um,
line straight down the middle.
I mean, he's an older fellow now, and Jax has punched holes in walls, so
You're not
and
wrong.
lightning out of your fists.
You might kill him, actually.
That's what I
I'll-
mean.
I'll go semi easily.
Can you punch just a little?
Yeah, I can hold back. Yeah, I tend to not because I
sure?
don't like it, but
You know what?
I can. I'm capable. I have honed my body to physical perfection. Okay, I can stop my punch an inch away from something if I wanted to.
You're saying that we've never
Precision.
seen you at your full power, yeah?
No. When I punched the sea creature, I used all I could.
Yeah, but that was kind of dark. I'm just saying, for science, we're in the middle of a large open area. And
Oh,
there's a bunch
don't
of
punch
trees
anything here.
around.
No. This is a very fancy area. We will get kicked out.
That's actually true. Never mind.
Well, I do know some places
He's like getting
maybe
ready
you
to
can
punch a tree.
practice later. Don't.
She's like,
Okay.
she's like pulling a notebook out and it's like, I'm just saying, it would be interesting for science. I think it'd be cool to see exactly how hard you can punch. And
Can I edit the scene a little bit? When you go to punch the tree, can I grab
Oh,
your
no,
hand, stop you?
Please don't. Please don't actually do it.
Can we try?
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. I'm gonna
So,
try and
yeah,
if you like
so-
mime like you're going to punch, I'm gonna try and like grab your hand and stop you from moving. Which little tiny wiry Kale against giant beefy.
I want to see it happen.
Yep,
Sitting there with my
gonna happen
doggy.
Opposed might checks.
now. That is an 18.
That was a 17.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do I
so,
want to put effort? I should have put effort on that.
Well, so you go you're gonna punch, and you've got 18. That's not quite a minor effect. Kale is fast enough to get their hand up there, but that's one of those things of either you can just kind of move directly through,
Move them aside.
move
Yeah.
them aside. You can dodge around it, or you can do that centimeter away stop.
He
Like
was there.
you were about to do
Good.
that full, and then you just stop a centimeter away, and
Pull
you
it.
can feel the kind of concussive force pass through your hand. So it's entirely up to you on whether or not you want to blast a tree, go around Kale's hand, or do the stop short type of thing.
He will stop.
Okay. So
Come on,
you
I was
can,
gonna have fun with it.
okay.
And I
So
will
you could
realize that
actually
what I've how
feel
close to death I've come and flinch away.
the concussive wave that goes along with that excess power in his punch, because remember, he does extra damage with his punches. So you can feel that concussive wave that just comes from all of the bunched up muscles just stopping on a dime.
Sorry, that's very good though.
Told you, absolutely control over this thing here.
Very impressive.
Even if not everyone will get magic, there are still all those things, right? That can't be just under this city, right?
oh, like the stuff, the mechanical, the little boxes.
Yeah.
And everything
I
else,
just-
I guess.
I
It's
just
been
think
a trade for years. The moles have all been whatever artifacts you find. If there's something of the mage era, generally they can be sold for a fair bit of clips. So there's been a constant trade of them all over the city for decades, maybe centuries.
And they're basically just little bombs now.
Some of them, I'm sure some of them have other effects.
Great.
I just think
Oh,
in the better for everyone,
Oh,
I'm gonna
everyone should know about these.
scramble over and start digging through my gear, and then pull out the little dragon teapot.
you're
That one?
Teapot?
Yes. This came from fairly deep in the tunnels ages ago. I'm like, look at it, see any weirdness on it. I mean, it heats water without any discernible way of heating things. So I think I'd always told myself that it was some sort of mechanism, but there is nothing that would heat water otherwise.
So, looking at it, it doesn't seem to have anything particularly wrong with it. It doesn't seem to be alive. Like, there is just the kind of slight sensation of warmth to it that you would not expect from metal.
Like it
looking a
always
little-
is. It's always a little warm.
Yeah. Looking a little closer, it does seem to almost be in a slightly different position or pose. Only marginally, though.
I've had a day.
Yeah,
Going
you've
to
had a
frown at
day.
it
It's hard.
and
It's
be
hard
like,
to say. It's hard to say because it's similar enough to where you're not sure. It might be your paranoia. You're not sure. Can I get a just base intellect roll from Sybil? I want to see how high you roll on it.
Don't do me dirty.
I believe in you.
You shouldn't have.
Oh no.
Who wants to guess what I've rolled?
Please tell me
Is
Is
it's
it a
it
a
natural
one.
one?
Under 10.
Is it a new day? Can you reuse your reroll?
It's a new event.
It's one per encounter. I'm gonna roll
Yeah,
again.
it's a new encounter.
Yay,
New-
that was one higher than the previous time.
Oh my god.
I got a 5
Not
and
meant
a
to be.
6.
Do you want to? Do you want
I'm
to
a
spend?
fucking idiot.
Do you want to spend a an intangible cipher?
Ooh,
Do I
all right,
have
we
an
have
intangible
those.
cipher?
You
Right.
guys remember you guys have like at
Yes.
least one per day that
One
is
PowerPoint.
basically
Reroll.
like a PowerPoint
Oh,
so that you can use
a
it
Oh
reroll.
to make things easier
Right.
or do it as a reroll or whatever.
Nice.
Do I want to waste one? Yes. And I'm using a different dice. Yes, I do.
Was
That's
that
not good.
One lower than the previous time. That was a 4.
Okay.
I straight up just. I'm an
Ain't
idiot. And
nothing.
I don't know what's
Ain't
going
nothing.
Yeah, like you don't know what it is. There was like
on. I don't like tea.
you,
I have no.
you don't like tea.
I have no
you-
experience with this.
Yeah, you don't like tea. It's been a while since you've been up here. Something about things shifting the way that they're not supposed to kind of seems familiar. You're not sure what it is. It might have to do with cliffside. It might have to do with the river. It might have to do with the water, the Lake Welkin that the river eases out into. But it's just something vaguely familiar about it.
So much like deja vu though. Ooh.
Well, it doesn't look like the magic has done anything to it. So good.
Good.
Pet it a little bit and then put it back in my pack.
When you pet it, it puffs out some more steam.
I
And
frown
that
at
was
it.
visible to both of you.
That
Is that normal for teapots to do?
like when you touch them,
When they're hot,
is it?
Is it hot?
look, touch it.
Same temperature it was when you pulled it out.
Just got some leftover steam.
Good teapot. Good. Stroke it, put it away.
It's alive.
That's.
That's probably fine and doesn't
Definitely fine.
Yes.
doesn't bear worth remembering. It's fine. Oh, I've
All I'm saying
Right.
is that it's better for the people to know if dangerous stuff is about to start happening to them.
You're not wrong, but
No.
also maybe we don't have to be the ones to tell people, because if we tell people, I feel like we're gonna get in trouble.
If nothing else, I need to go back down to Deepview at some point and tell everyone there. They're likely to be the ones targeted. They're going to feel the effects of the magic more
Right.
intimately, being down that deep. Maybe I don't have to go underground, though. Maybe I can just send word. That would be preferable.
You do remember leaving your shop open to a couple of the moles that hang out topside.
Yeah. And you should perhaps talk to your mothers and warn the council that things are not going to stop waking up.
They're not very... They don't. Okay, look, you understand this because you don't have a very good relationship with your dad. I get it. My moms just don't talk to me about this. I try and have a conversation with them about magic, because, okay. I try to have this conversation, they shut down. That's all. And I feel like if I go to them and tell them that this thing is happening, they're just gonna do that again. But if I go there and I show them that I can do stuff, then they're going to put me in a room somewhere and I will just never come out.
Right. We need to avoid that generally.
I mean,
Like pointing at you and Jax and be like,
yeah, and if they see Jax is never coming out. I don't know where they're gonna put him. Like, at least I would just be at my house. Jax is gone. There's
no room that can hold me.
Oh, the man from Deepview, he's still in custody somewhere. The one that turned to stone.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Oh.
Do we have to go? We should talk to him. Should we talk to him? We're just
Can
people.
we talk to him?
We're just people. Like,
Isn't everyone?
yeah, but like there are people that do this kind of stuff, and we're just.
Oh,
you own
maybe
a
we should
tea
explain.
shop.
In the city, unlike in the woods, if people in power decide that they don't like you, they can put you into a cell, which is like a big cage that you cannot leave, and they'll keep you there for however long they want.
In theory, there's supposed to be more rules than that, but kind of.
That's sort of how it works, though.
There is no room that can hold me. I promise you this.
I mean, perhaps true, but
I love your optimism.
quite a lot of people will come and try and fight you. That's not a recommendation. I wouldn't.
Don't.
Yeah, I was
not
gonna say
not
that
in a
sounds
fun
pretty
way.
exciting.
Not in a
Yeah.
fun way.
No, they will definitely try to kill you.
I mean, what fight is
And the
it
more
if
that
they're
you
not
fight
trying
them,
to kill you?
The more that will come and try and fight and kill you. Don't stop
It's
that.
just
It's
like
very
never-
bad.
Don't threaten me with a good time, okay?
But so the man who was turned to stone, they've taken him and put him in one of these cages, and they'll keep him there. Who knows how long? They may not even understand that he's a man. They may think that he's some sort of creature from the depths.
I mean, we could try to talk to him.
It might be better to tell somebody that magic is going to cause these effects to people all across the city, and that it's normal now, I suppose. As insane as it sounds to say that.
Can't we just like send an anonymous like letter or something?
I don't think they'll believe us.
I wouldn't believe us.
I would.
Oh yeah, but you.
Maybe our trip down there wasn't wasted at all. We were able to get proof in the potion and in... I think that's really it. Some of the papers.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is what we said we were gonna use those for.
Look, if the city leader's answer to this whole thing happening is just to try to pretend like it's not happening, we should definitely overthrow. He starts talking about.
We're gonna let's have it very quiet. We're gonna be so quiet right now. We're gonna be so quiet. We can't.
This is a very good play that we are rehearsing.
Yes. Aha! And then I stab you and you die.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah! Yay!
I'm getting like Monsters Inc. Put that
Yeah.
thing where it came from, or so help me. Like full on musical.
Yes. And I'm like, okay, once again from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rar.
Yep. That's
Revolution.
That's
No revolution.
No
we
one's
must
paying attention to
obey.
And we're just
you. No one's
so
paying attention to you.
Perfect.
However, Sybil, just to give this to you, as you're looking around going, no, you catch sight of the lake out of your eye. And that does actually trigger the memory. There is something weird about the lake, looking at it from this high. And it was just kind of explained as just the way things are when you were a kid and you were last up here. But whatever is happening, or whatever caused that with the lake, might have been magical, so this might be affecting it. It might be something that you can see from up here.
Kind of in the middle of all of that.
Yeah.
In the middle of the like
Our Shakespeare recitation.
she just kind of like looks off and just like starts walking. Like says nothing.
Yep.
It's just
Impulse control.
hold on.
Impulse
Walk
control.
off.
Just walks over to I'm imagining like some kind of like railing essentially where you can look over.
The rat is following after her, like dragging the box behind him because she was the one that brought the food. So the rat is just like dragging the box to you as you're walking away.
Thank you, King. Does that
looking down?
Je-
It is very visible at this point. Down there, where you guys met, where you were looking at it, where you normally look at it, just kind of seems like a still lake. This is a big lake, though. It's one of the major meeting points for a variety of offshoots from the mountains that continue off in either direction from Eisenbridge. And while the water comes to the lake, at least where you guys are, through the valley, so that there's actually a valley with cliffs for cliffside, you can see a very distinct separation of smooth, calm lake water to very active lake water further out. Something keeps the lake, and there's no there's no water lines indicating a rise and fall with the seasons, versus out further you can see where there's kind of lake beach that leads up into actual wilderness and then back down where it's just kind of marshy and sandy and then water. So there is a very distinct separation of calm, always level water where the city is, and then a little bit further out, and then active, normal lake. And this is especially obvious to you, Jax, having explored outside and away from other cities. You know what lakes are supposed to look like. While yes, they can be calm, there's still movement to the water. The fact that it is perfectly still around the city definitely seems like something is affecting it. Magic. You're not sure what.
Is there wind that I feel?
Yeah, you're high up on a cliff.
Okay. Just,
Like,
I'm like, are we in some type of barrier?
hundreds and hundreds of feet up. But yeah, you're high up on a cliff, so it's not like it's super windy. It's not as windy as you would expect an open cliff to be. But there's wind, there's a breeze.
Lakes aren't supposed to do that.
Right? Like,
No,
it's
that
just-
is very odd.
We
I'm
used to
shoving an eclair in my mouth.
we used to come up here a lot when I was a kid. And they used to just say that that's just kind of what happens around here, but that's not normal, right?
We were under that yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, we were. It's definitely like there, but something is definitely acting on it. Right?
What can make water stay, though? In my
What
experience,
can-
water is the strongest force you could ever meet in nature.
Stronger than you.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh,
I
I'll
mean,
put that on my
it's
list.
probably the same thing that made all the rock underground appear like the sky, or that made whatever happened down there happen. What with the, and I pointed Sybil, and the, and I pointed Jax.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Are my eyes still purple? Is that still happening?
They're not glowy anymore, but they're purple.
They're not glowing, but yes.
Okay, cool. He goes back to looking at the lake.
Sybil's just like touching her roots again. Like, right, yeah, that is the thing, huh?
Right.
I feel very underqualified.
I could jump in.
I don't
Oh,
think
no.
that would help, actually.
As long as I point,
As much as I really do want to see you do that, or I think you might actually die. You did just say that water is stronger than you. And we are several hundred feet off the ground.
Yes.
This one makes it fun.
Unless you found some way to fly, I would not recommend it.
Oh, I miss Kinder.
Kinder could fly.
They're out there somewhere.
Oh, God. We went down there for answers, and all I have are more questions. What do we do?
The same thing we do every day, Sybil.
Try to save
Try and take over the. Oh.
Oh, you
It was
fucking
right there. I
tried!
had to. I had to. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I think that's actually a good place for us to end for the night.
What do we
Standing
do?
and watching
Dun, dun.
watch over the lake and the weird shit that you can see very visibly now is going on. What do you do?
I don't know. I'm just a guy.
Which
You
is
guys
that
are.
end anime
You guys
scene?
are.
Just like standing over the city with the wind blowing in our hair and just
Oh
staring.
yes, very
melancholy
anime,
songs.
very anime cutscene of.
There's some like feathers that come by.
Oh yeah,
Jack's primed on the edge, ready to jump.
Jax is on the outside of the barrier.
I'm sitting on the railing, feet dangling over the side.
Ugh. Hell yeah.
Good.
yeah. So to give you an idea, well, this is not the tallest cliff around. You would have to go well outside of the boundaries of Ice and Bridge, and it's various farmlands and provinces and whatnot. You are over 1,400 feet in the air right now.
Sir?
Sounds like it. Sounds like
You
a good
guys-
time to me.
You guys walked for hours upstairs.
Jax, I'm gonna need you to get on the correct side of the railing.
It's not Grand Canyon level, but it's
No.
Empire State Building level.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
I swing my legs over and I go, okay, fine.
But yeah, so yeah, when I say you are hundreds of feet in the air, I really do mean you're not quite 2,000, but you're like around 1,400-ish. But yeah, so anyway, that was a fun little bit of bonding and what the fuck is happening, what do we do, how do we handle this type of panic. Hope you guys had fun.
I am ready. I'm already ready for the next session. I'm
Always.
already ready to see what
We're gonna
Yeah,
happens.
figure out
it'll
what
be
we're
fun.
doing.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's a good breaking point for you guys to do a little bit of behind the scenes table chat to figure out what exactly it is that you want to do.
Yep, excellent. Yep.
But yeah, so to our lovely and glorious audience, I am Evie, the Disaster GM. Pronouns she, they, any, whatever. One of the directors here at Altered Echo Archives. I don't really have more announcements or special things about myself to say other than please check out the charity that we are benefiting right now, Black Girls Code. There is a little QR code here at the bottom of the screen where you can donate. It goes directly to them. Altered Echo Archives sees none of it. As a little bit of an outro, let's go ahead and reintroduce ourselves, starting with Maggie.
Me! I'm Maggie. I use they, she pronouns. You can find me on the internet at Thor Magnarok for the foreseeable future. And potentially Alina's channel, Where Geek Comics, if I convince them to run a Wander Home game based off of a bumper sticker.
Hell yes.
It would be great. It
Hell
would be
yes.
great. It would be great. All right. And of course, Extel.
That is me. I am Xtel. You can find me at Xtrill the King on the socials. You can find me on Take Your Roll, where I run Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle called Blood Tax. Season 2 is coming out May 10th. Still didn't check the date, so we're just gonna go with it. I'm
That's
pretty
okay.
sure it's that.
Sounds right.
It'll be
I'm
fine.
like
Sounds good.
85% sure it's that one, right?
It'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
May 10th. If it's not that day, I'll tweet about it anyway. Yeah, May 10th. You can find me there. There's a lot of cool stuff happening on Take Your Roll, so go check it out if you want to. There's a show that runs on Monday, Crimson Harvest, by Max Arcane Goth. He's awesome, and he runs a very fun game. But yeah, anything else I'll tweet about. You know, if when all else fails, you can find me here playing this lovely guy who punches everything that he sees and tries to jump off of very high places.
Yeah.
Zero feet
very
of
high
anything.
places. But it's great. It's great. We love our himbo. We love it. It's great.
Damn.
Wonderful. And last but certainly not least, Alina.
I am Alina Pete, and you can find me online at Alina Pete at most places that are tweet-like. I'm trying out a bunch of different stuff. You can also find me at my Twitch channel, /WhereGeekComics. I do a stream every other Friday. Trash Heroes, bunch of idiots who climbed straight out of a trash heap and are off to save the world. It's a lot of fun. We're on our 5th chapter now, so that's cool. We're going 2 years.
Nice.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Nice.
Very, very cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Alina is also our official character artist for this game. They have done all of the beautiful characters that you have seen on the screen now and filtering through. There may also be a couple of fun little sketches, some little comics that may have been done due to interests and boredom and excitement that will be shared on our new Instagram. So
We may
definitely
need
keep
some
an eye
update
out.
character portraits soon.
Yeah, as
Ooh.
the magic grows, so
Ooh.
too do you guys change. So there will at some point be actual updates to our official character portraits.
Never. I will never change. Not ever.
No, no, not at all. We may need to like get you a new pair of gloves though to match that.
Yes.
But yeah, so
Mhm.
yeah, Alina is a wonderful artist. Wonderful artist. Definitely check their stuff out. But yes, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you to my wonderful players because it is always an absolute pleasure running game for you. And we will see you guys soon.
Bye.